Welcome to today's interview with V Technologies. My name is Vivek Venkatram, Senior Director of Client Services here. I have with us Audrey Cushing, Business Services and Quality Director. Audrey, it is a pleasure to have you with us today. Thank you for making the time.
Oh, you're very welcome. Glad to be here.
You have a vast subset of experience across the outsourcing space, a lot of it in complex payer systems and environment. You've done a lot of integral work with the International Association of Outsourcing Professionals. So I'm very excited to have you with us here today to preview your white paper, which is on relationships and motivational theory and keys to outsourcing success. There's so much I want to get into. I mean, you lay out Maslow and hierarchies and talk about structural elements, but let's just take a deep breath and start with why did you create this white paper? What led you to do it?
Absolutely. So two main reasons. First, to really encourage my outsourcing colleagues to take the time to reach out to their service provider employees to let them know that they're valued and appreciated. So many times the account leads hear it, but the actual employee performing the services, they don't get that outreach. And the second reason is to really highlight what that recognition means to an individual as an employee. V Technologies has a wonderful recognition program in place, like many outsourcing companies, and our CEO gets very involved and participates, but still hearing from the client directly means so much more to an employee.
And so from those different vantage points, when we talk about relationships and then specifically talk about motivational theory, so from those different vantage points, what makes this an important topic?
Absolutely. So what I'm going to do right now is share with you a quote from one of the employees that had a client reach out to them directly. So there came my day where my hard work and effort was recognized by our client. I was filled with joy when I read the email that the client sent, appreciating all the good work that I'm doing. I'm really happy to be part of the V Technologies team, as well as the clients, and I'll continue to strive to make our clients happy and to reach greater heights. So you can't help but picture the smile on this employee's face.
And that has lasting effects, right? Substantially, both for the organization and at the micro level when it comes to the employee. So, if I was taking a step back and say I'm an audience member and I'm reading this as an employee, or reading this as a mid-level executive, or as a maybe more senior level executive at an organization, what am I taking away here? What do you want people as they read through this and read through the, the Maslow and the structures and the hierarchical theories and drop into some anecdotal examples that you lay out? What do you think would be the ultimate takeaway for the audience?
No, absolutely. So being on the buy side for so many years, I had the opportunity to tour and visit many service provider locations, both domestically and internationally. And it always struck me how much the employees enjoyed meeting with the client. And right now, with so many of the employees working from home, keeping them connected to their coworkers, to their leadership, and to their clients is just vitally important. And in terms of the Maslow motivational theory, I think we've all learned about it at some point in our education, but probably never really thought about how it applies to the work environment and specifically outsourcing. And research shows that when an employee is recognized and valued at that top of that hierarchy, then they perform better, they're more motivated, and they're engaged. And that's great for the employee, for the service provider, and absolutely for the client.
Couldn't agree with you more. And the way that you dive into self-esteem and really prop that up as a critical value or indicator for what decision makers and any audience member reading this should value that with is incredible. So thank you for taking the time. The paper was fascinating. I'm sure our audience would love reading it. And have a great day.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Audrey.